Hi everybody, it's Kristin. So this is a much requested for Luxe 1 palette that I'm happy to get started for you. Not maybe as requested as the Naked 3, but that will come, I promise. So this is the IT Cosmetics Naturally Pretty palette. This is the one that has all these matte shades and then this transforming shade, which I did not use today. I just went all matte today. So the first look that I have for you guys, and of course at the end I will do all the swatches and the information as always. So the first thing that I did today is I took Love and I put that all over my lid just as kind of a base. I took Soulful with a fluffy brush in the crease and just really kind of blended that out. And then I used Warmth as my all over lid color. And then in the outer corner and pulled in, I was doing a real blended look. I took Java, which is a really pretty matte brown that has some warmth to it as well. I also took Java underneath my lower lash line. So I'll zoom you in and then we'll come back out and see what's on the rest. So here's the look. It's so nice it's actually daylight out right now. The rest of the ones won't be quite this nice. Okay, for blush today, I use, first, for eyeliner, I have Stubborn Brown from MAC as my eyeliner, upper lash line and upper waterline. And then for blush today, I used the Auto Rotique or whatever, the In Dimension blush that I just recently showed in a haul. And on my lips, I have the Givenchy in, let me see if I can say it right, Sensual Rose number 12, so it's one that looks like this. And like that. Okay, the second look that I have from the IT Cosmetics palette for you is soft. I have Soft Light all over the lid. Then with a really fluffy brush, I used Violet in the crease. And then after I did that, I took the Transforming Pearl shade and I wanted to put that over the Soft Light. So first I tried with my finger, just kind of tap it on, and it actually applied too much. I felt like all I could see was the Transforming Pearl shade. So I took my crease shadow brush, base shadow brush from Real Techniques, which if you have any brush that really has some fluff to it, but still has enough where you can kind of lay it down and be precise with it, if that makes sense. That would be a good brush for that. So I did that all over, and then I took Iconic, which is a very cool, deep kind of purple color, and I put that in the outside corner a little bit and pulled it into the crease. And then I also took Iconic down underneath my lash line, and I used the brush that came with the kit, which we'll talk about at the end. And I used this smudger side, and I mixed it in both the Iconic and the black, which is Noir. And I did that on my top lash line. And then, well, I'll show you and then we'll talk about the rest. Okay, so here's the look. The only other thing that I did on my eyes was Avon Super Shock in my tight line, upper waterline area. On my cheeks today, I have another one of the Magnetic Nude In Dimension blushes. This is the one in Pleasure Model. The one that I thought would be too dark, and it's not too bad. But I'll talk about those at another time. And on my lips today, I have the Gosh lipstick in 122 Nougat. Today's look is really a kind of a warm, sunset-y kind of a look, I guess. I don't know. Maybe sunrise. Well, I use them both. Ha! So sunrise is in the inner third, and sunset is right smack in the middle. And then I used Java in the outer third. I softened out the crease with Warmth. So I throw it over. With Warmth, which is right here. And then on the inner corner, I pulled just a little bit into that inner third. I used the Transforming Pearl shade. And then I did a combination of this Transforming Pearl and Sheer Joy together as my brow bone, since everything else was matte except for that inner corner. I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to add a little shimmer to the top. So I'll zoom you in. Okay, so here's the look. Okay, for liner, I used my little teeny tiny black cocoa liner from Pixie. For blush, I used Pleasure Model again. I really like this. They wear really well. I knew that already with that dusk, but I just am liking that one. That was the one I didn't think I would like. And then on my lips today, I have the Lipstick Queen in Jean Queen, I believe. Yes, in Jean Queen. The last look in my 4 Looks 1 palette with the Naturally Pretty palette is kind of a bluey, purpley kind of look. So what I did was I took Love, which is, it's cream with a, it's just really a really light pink, actually, I would say that. And I have that in the inner 2/3, so pretty much the entire lid, pretty much except for the outside. And then I took on a really fluffy brush, and I think I've said that a couple of times. Wasn't able to do this video 4 days in a row like I normally do, but like a MAC 224, I used Violet, I think that's what that's called, yep, in the crease. And then on the outer 2/3, I used Midnight. I also used the brush that came with the kit, which I'll talk about in a minute, to take that Midnight color down underneath my lash line, as well as along my top lash line. And I have Sheer Joy, which is this color right here, as my brow bone highlight as well. And then I wanted to kind of show you guys the Transforming Pearl shade, which is of course this one, in action. So I'm going to show you that here. So you can see that it's just really, it just gives it a nice sheen. I liked it more over the brighter colors than I did the darker colors. But anyway, so that's, that's what it looks like. And the brush that I like to apply with it, I'll talk about in a minute. Let's go ahead and zoom in, and then we'll come back out and talk about what's on the rest of my face. Okay, so here's the look. On the rest of my face today, for blush, I guess really what we have left is blush and lip products. I have the In Dimension in At Dusk. I've really enjoyed playing with these lately. And on my lips today, I pulled out an old lip product. This is the Tarte Lip Surgeon's Lip Shine. It came in a QVC kit a while back in Smitten, which looks like that. Over top of that, I used the Bare Minerals Marvelous Moxie in Future Star, which kind of looks like that. I just kind of want to talk about the palette a little bit. This is the Naturally Pretty Volume 1 Matte Luxe Transforming Eyeshadow Palette, which tells me they're expecting to have a Volume 2. They are, as I have said and everybody knows, they're obviously by the name, they're all matte except for the Transforming Pearl Shadow, which is that one right there. And I bought this on QVC for $39, I think 56, something like that. I'll list it below. And at least for sure on QVC, it comes with this brush. And that the brush was not, you can see there's not a space for the brush in here like some kits. So it just came separately. I really like this brush, particularly the liner side. This works perfectly for really getting in your lash line and giving yourself a liner. As you can see, I feel like it gave me a nicely defined line beneath my lash line as well as above my lash line. I really enjoyed this. And this brush, to kind of compare it to, say, a 217. I apologize, this one is dirty, but you can see that it's wider than a 217 and thicker than a 217. The density is about the same, but there's more to it. So this worked nicely, in my opinion, if I was trying to blend something out. I did not like it so much for applying like maybe an outer corner color or even kind of a crease color. It was a little too dense for a crease color, but it worked very nicely for blending. And I think it would also work nicely for something that I did with the palette almost the entire time. And that was, I took this Sheer Joy all over my whole lid before I put any other colors on. And it would work nicely for that as well. I didn't use it for that because I was trying to use it for other things. So anyway, this brush is very nice. I'm hard pressed to say that I've had an IT Cosmetic brush that I didn't like. So there's that. All right, I'm going to give you a swatch of each of these shades on my hand. Okay, so these are the shades, and this is left to right, the first 4 shades. So Sheer Joy, Soft Light, Warmth, and Soulful. And then this is the Transforming Pearl shade right there. And this is Mocha, Violet, Midnight, and Noir. And then this is Love, Sunrise, Sunset, All Heart, Java, and Iconic. And again, that's the Transforming Pearl shade. I really enjoyed using this palette. I definitely like to have some shimmer in my look. I don't need to have a ton of shimmer, but I like to have some shimmer in my look. I did feel like I could kind of get that with the Transforming Pearl shade, but here's the scoop with that, in my opinion. I think a lot of people were, you know, kind of dabbing it over top with their finger. You certainly can do that, but, you know, when you put your finger in, I'm going to put my finger in it, look how much product you get, how much pigmentation there is. And that's me just gently putting my finger in it. So what I found that I liked to do, and the brush that I liked to do it with, was the Real Techniques base shadow brush. So any brush that you have that, see how there's, you can tell I used it today, there's a lot of give to it. You know, this is not super, you could probably accomplish the same thing with a MAC 224, something like that. I just like this one because it's relatively precise. So I liked to put it in there, and as you saw in the demo, I kind of tap it off like that and then lay it over what I wanted to do. I don't know how it would work trying to get it, you know, like in your crease, but I had good luck putting it on my lid, inner corner, and just up above my brow bone. Those were the ways that I like to look at that I liked to use it. So one thing that I wanted to mention was that I did try to use one day, actually today, midnight, all over my lid to do a more dramatic look. And that was the only day that I didn't lay down Sheer Joy first all over before I did that. And it was very patchy. It didn't work very well at all. And that's kind of, that's not necessarily speaking to this palette, but that just kind of is a tip for mattes in general, that it will work better for you if you kind of give it a sheer, over your primer, give it a sheer wash of, you know, like a color that's close to your skin tone kind of a thing. So just kind of a helpful hint there. Quickly to run down what I wore on my face that I didn't talk about throughout the video, I used this primer, the Le Creme Concentré from Embryolisse every day. I also used my Mischa Perfect Cover every day, and topped that with both Bare Minerals Foundation in Light and then the Mineral Veil by Bare Minerals. And for mascara every day, I used the Rimmel ScandalEyes Retro Glam, which looks like this, that I've been trying out. So, all right, I think that covers it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!